The 49ers have beaten the New Orleans Saints 26-21. What a nail biter of an ending. The last 4 minutes were crazy where the Saints punted the ball, the 49ers punted the ball, and the Niners got a good defensive stop with Bryce Huff being an amazing pass rusher and the Niners kneeling it out for the victory. Couldn't be happier with the with the result. Um, I'm excited that Mac Jones played a great game, 3 touchdowns, tied for a career high, which is amazing. Took some notes during the game, and wow, we have a lot to unpack. Juwan had a few misplays. Mac Jones did well. CMC got his touches, and then Brian Robinson was able to take some load off from CMC. I wish we got to see more from maybe Isaac Garendo if he's RB3, but didn't see him that much. It was just mainly CMC and Brian Robinson. So I'm just excited to talk about the game. Let me pull up some stats here from the game. I didn't. Mac Jones completed 279 yards. Wow. He only had 3 sacks at a pass rating of 113. Not bad. Not bad, McCorkle. I don't know why all the fans are saying that about him. I don't know where that nickname is from. Hopefully you guys can help me with that. CMC, he's 13 carries for 55 yards, an average of 4.2 yards per carry. Brian Robinson, 6 attempts for 20 yards. Hey, that's not bad. So highest receiving yards is from Jennings. The ball spread out a lot between all the 49ers receivers. It was Jennings, it was Pearsall, McCaffrey got some catches with some checkdowns. Bourne got involved, Tonjes and Farrell, especially Farrell on that first touchdown. That was pretty awesome. So just good overall confidence from the team. Very excited that they got this dub. It was in the end, I was worried that that missed extra point was going to cost us or something, but our defense came in clutch and we were able to win the game. So just wanted to give my thoughts on that. I'm super happy. We got 2 road wins. Last time this happened, I probably would need to look that up, but it's great that we got this win in the Superdome where it's very loud. Um, we'll go over the recap of the game. Niners opened up with 3 straight passes in their first drive, which was kind of odd. Normally, I thought they would attack with CMC and with the run game because the Saints allowed 5.3 yards per carry is what I was saying in my preview video. Um, Other thing I forgot to mention, I feel like Jake Booty's ghost was around because the Saints missed a 40-yard field goal after Green had a pass interference play, and that caused an early break for the Saints to go down the field. So they missed a field goal. So Jake Moody's ghost is still haunting us, even the Saints kicker. Niners opened up with three straight passes, and our special teams opened up sloppy with the 19-yard punt return. It just seemed like it was going back and forth. Saints were running very heavily. It's like this is what the Niners should do, and they punt the ball eventually, and then the Niners hand off the ball to CMC. Got a nice few runs here and there, and then Brian Robinson gets some nice check down passes. Mac Jones looks a little shaky this first drive, but eventually he brings it in to Luke Farrell for a touchdown catch. But Eddie Pinero, hopefully I'm pronouncing our new kicker's name correct, he missed an extra point, and that made the game 6-0. I was a little bit worried because the kick just went straight all the way to the right, like not even going in the middle and dragging away. It was just like he missed it completely. Now, like, oh, all Niners fans are probably holding their breath and being a little bit worried. But hey, he came back. He decided to make a 44-yard field goal after Mac fumbled the ball and he got a field goal. And thank God that was just like right down the middle. And I was like, thank God, we got a thank you football gods. We got a kicker that knows how to kick the ball and just go straight down the middle. Maybe he had some, yips and had some uh, thoughts in his head. It's a mental game with these kickers. So he's joining a new team and maybe he's thinking about Moody with all the misses. He misses the extra point, but he's drilled every single kick afterwards. And hey, that's what matters. I could not be happier. He made, let me look at our kicker stats. He made a 46 46-yard kick was his longest today. He made the 2 extra points, so I'm very happy by that, except just the one that he missed in the beginning. But we had a great first quarter, great scoring opportunities that we had. It was 6-0, and then the Saints scored, and I'm like, oh no, this is not getting good. Um, the Saints finally run down the field. Juwan Johnson gets a touchdown. It was a little bit questionable. His shin hits the pylon, but the refs called that as a touchdown. But hey, they got it. It was 6-7, and then or sorry, it was 9-7 because I forgot about Eddie Pinero's kick. And then there's 2 minutes left in the half, and then Juice gets a concussion. Unfortunately, and like injuries keep happening to this team. Ben Barch limps off with like we think a knee issue because he hyperextended his knee last year, and then Kyle Juszczyk gets out, goes to the blue medical tent, and he's out for the rest of the game with a concussion. And then Ben Barch, we are thinking it's his knee. It turns out it's his ankle, so he's out. So thankfully, those are only 2 players that left the game due to injury. Hopefully, we can get them back soon. Especially Ben Barch. We need the offensive line to be as polished, I guess you can call it, as we want. The Niners are not that good unless we have a good offensive line. Trent Williams on the left with Ben Barch has been great. Dominic Pooney on the right with Colton McKivitz. Jake Brendo is a terrible center. I don't know why we have him. I just think Kyle likes him. It's a little annoying to see that. So, yes, Eduardo, holding your breath. That ending was very wild. The Niners defense stressed my ass off, honestly. All right. So after that last 2-minute drill in the second quarter, the Niners go down and score before the halftime, which is wild. Did not think that would happen, but Mac Jones became Mac McCorkle, as all the fans keep calling him that. I still don't understand that reference on that joke. And they score. So game is 16-7 going into halftime. And then third quarter comes back. Juwan Jennings hurts his ankle, but he comes back in the game. The Saints have penalties. The 49ers have penalties on some deep balls and getting some calls in their favor. Just not good because the first half, 49ers didn't have any penalties. The Saints did. I think they had 5 or 6. And then it flipped around where the Saints only had like 1 or 2 penalties and the Niners had 5 or 6. So, some rookie mistakes. Upton Stout with some holding. Was it Marquise Siegel, the Kansas State safety, with illegal contact or something like that. So not looking good by the team right there. But hey, they're rookies. They're gonna play, make some mistakes. So I'm happy about that. That they'll get their mistakes done now. If we can go later on this season, they can fix their mistakes. Having Saleh as their mentor, he's a great coach. Rookies make mistakes. It happens. I'm glad that he's playing the rookies, especially the defensive line. Michael Williams looked pretty well the second half of the game. Usually Kyle doesn't like playing rookies, but I think Saleh is different on the other hand, where he wants to give his playmakers a chance. Upton Stout was playing well during the game, but he kind of had some key misses where it was a 4th down and Spencer Rattler jukes him out, and Upton Stout freezes or just gets juked out and he couldn't make the tackle, so Rattler gets the first down. So there's some key plays like that, but hey, we got the dub at the end of the day. That's all that matters. I'm just super, super excited that we get to start the season 2-0, and hopefully we can go 3-0 with this home opener against the Cardinals next week. Going back to the game, the 49ers weren't doing pretty well in this third quarter. There was a Mac tush push, but then he fumbles the ball and Saints recover. When he threw the ball, it looked like the ball was in the forward passing motion. The ball got hit from the hand, and they called it a fumble. I thought it was a pass, but hey, to each their own. Trying to watch the replays and stuff on my phone on Twitter, and not much was being shown. So I think that was a pass, but it's fine. Saints get the ball. The defense was looking really sharp. D. Winters is a person I like to highlight. That man is running with his hair on fire. He is running like a cannon down across the field, just like Fred Warner. I think D. Winters is the reincarnation of Dre Greenlaw. So that's good to see. Whoever our linebackers coach is, that man deserves a raise. He found Fred, found Dre Greenlaw, even Quan Alexander back in the 2019 Super Bowl year that we had. Quan isn't the best now, but he had some great plays then. So whoever is our linebackers coach, I probably need to look that up, or our scout at least, give him more money because D Winters is turning out to be a key player in this defense. Again, running with his hair on fire and everything. But Saints convert on a 4th and 1, and then the Saints decide to score, and it's a 2-point game. This is where it got really stressful. Look at the box score. What was it? It was 19 to 14. So it was a 5-point game. And that's not good. Niners have the lead. And if we were not having the lead at this point, I can't put my trust in Kyle because Kyle can't make any good plays or calls when the 49ers have the lead, are down. They have the lead just like they did. They were great. But if we were down, I have no confidence in Kyle. I could make a whole other video on that. The man is terrible with game management, can't change his plays or schemes. But at least this game, Mac Jones and Kyle with this play calls are doing well. They had a good mix of the run and the pass. I wish they ran the ball more, had some good maybe jet sweeps or anything. But there was a play where I know Mac fumbled the ball on a pass and then even on a handoff. So, hey, Mac's out there. It's his 50th start in the NFL. We were going to draft him in 2021 potentially, but we took Trey Lance. I'm kind of glad we didn't take Mac Jones because he has ups and downs. He can't run in the pocket. Some of the plays, I was watching the game with my parents, were just yelling like, dude, throw the ball, do something. You're just like standing there just like, all right, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And if it was Brock, he would at least taken off. But Mac just kind of stands there, has good pocket presence, could move around, but he can't get rid of the ball fast. And it could be, I probably need to look at, was it the all 22 tape, and see like how well the defense was against our receivers going down and even the checkdowns. But I think Mac Jones still played well, had 3 touchdowns. It's just maybe he needs to keep playing more in this offense, playing games, get some film, because he wasn't really playing that hot in the end. So he needs to work on that, be more like a proper quarterback, get the ball under 3 seconds. It felt like he was holding it for a little bit too long at times. But he got us the dub. That's what matters. I'm going to keep going on tangents, but hey, I'm just talking about this game. This is my instant reaction. Some things in the third quarter, again, Saints gambled. Rattler converts when they score, so it's a 2-point game. Some miscues by our special teams. Isaac Guerrero didn't take the kneel in the end zone, which that'll give us the ball at the 35-yard line. He takes it out, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it's not even you're at the edge of the end zone. You're like backed up in the end zone. And we could have got 12, 13 more yards if he just took a knee. And well, like, whatever, it's fine. Little miscues here and there. He has a lot of speed. He has 4.33 speed. Problem is he gets injured a lot, but didn't make a play on that. It's fine. This next drive, Mac and CMC grinded out a lot of passes, a lot of running plays. Kendrick Bourne making some plays. Mac Jones and him have history back from the New England days. And then finally, our kicker Eddie Pinheiro makes another field goal. So thank God we don't got to worry about Moody. I've seen some things on Twitter calling him Eddie Dinero, which is pretty funny. I like that joke. So good props on our kicker doing well. He missed the extra point, but hey, the man did the job in the end. Our fourth quarter, this is where we had more rookie mistakes. Extending the Saints drive, it hurts when mistakes happen and they automatically get a first down. We had that happen to us in the first half, and I felt like football gods were like, let's just flip this, 49ers getting too many penalties, so let's make the Saints get some penalties. They were able to continue down the field. Excuse me. And then Fred Warner had a great play. Jair Brown makes the tackle on Alvin Kamara. Kamara has the ball up like this, like on his shoulder, and it seems like it's an incomplete pass because it was so fast, but because I guess he took 2 to 3 steps and he had control as he was going down, and Warner pops the ball out, and when he recovered it, it was actually a fumble. So that's a good challenge by Kyle. Thank you, Kyle, for challenging the play you normally never do. And this is good to see that Kyle is, sticking to his guns. And it was a little bit of a dicey call, but we ended up winning the challenge and didn't have to lose a timeout. I feel like the next few plays, Mac just had a mix of checkdowns to CMC, Brian Robinson making some good runs, and then Mac had a great play to Juwan Jennings. Big play down the field. We scored, so that was great to see. But then the Saints scored again, and it just felt like it was back and forth. Game is within 5 points. It's 26-21 in this fourth quarter. We go for 4 and out again after the Saints scoring. It's like, okay, like we've gone 4 and out a couple times this game. What are we gonna do? You know, we think Bosa's gonna deliver, and he does. He makes a sack. My dad kept calling out, "What is Bosa gonna do this entire game?" In the fourth quarter, he makes a big play, makes the sack. Then, unfortunately, we can't do anything by amazing play by our defense. Saleh is like pulling these plays out of his bag, and our players like Bosa and others are making key great plays. Offense goes 4 and out again. Oh my God. It's just, I was like, no, we're going to give them the ball and they're going to go down the field and score. So the Saints get the ball within 2 minutes. It's like they're driving into our territory. I'm like, oh my God, are they going to get to field goal range or try scoring? They need to score. It's a 5-point game. And then it's 4th and 2. Bryce Huff with the amazing pass rush instantly bypasses the right tackle, gets to Spencer Rattler, and damn, that was just amazing to see. The ball, I thought it was a fumble, but I think Rattler was going to throw the ball. Incomplete pass, whatever. Hey, we got the ball. We kneel it out. 26-21. Niners get the dub. I'm glad that in the end of this, only Ben Barch and Kyle Juszczyk are the only injuries. Hopefully Ben Barch can heal because I care about offensive line. Sorry, Kyle Juszczyk, you're a fullback. You're getting paid about $5 million a year. I don't care if you get injured or not, but I'm just worried about our offensive line depth. It's not the strongest in our system. We have a great defensive line, but I wish we can take that mentality that I guess Robert Saleh takes with the defensive line with the offensive line. Chris Forrester, who's I believe the offensive line coach, needs to plan to get a left tackle this upcoming draft. I think Trent Williams is just getting too old. He has his flashes. He's still a great tackle, Hall of Fame tackle. But, you know, Father Time is undefeated for a reason. The man is getting older, and we need to get that left side of the field shored up. And I know we got Colton McKivitz on a 3-year deal as the right tackle. We got Pooney as a second. He's not a rookie anymore, I was about to say. He's second year. So, and then we got Jake Brendel as a center, terrible center, but whatever. We can always get someone else. We got Ben Barch, and it's like we need a good left tackle for the future. I think Trent only has a couple more years. Maybe this might be his last year. He got his guaranteed payday, but we'll see. So that's was one thing I'm concerned. Like the boy CMC carries our offense all the time. You know, I get worried about Kyle using him all the time with all these run plays, but use him as I see some like pass plays. They put him in the slot. Next to the tight end. I don't know all the football terms, but like I guess you could call it the slot, and doing some short passes like that. It's nice. You don't put him in the backfield, go him out, make him make some run some routes, and that's what he did on that Mac Jones second quarter pass in that 2-minute run that they did. CMC is just running and he just pops it. Mac Jones gets it right to him, bam, and that's how we could get the lead 16-7. It was just awesome to see. And CMC is always our workhorse. He's the new gadget guy. Without Debo, our offense runs through CMC. Even when we had Debo, it still ran through CMC, but Debo is another like gadget guy. The other thing is Mac Jones had his ups and downs, had some sacks because he couldn't throw the ball out, had some fumbles, but he came in the end, scored 3 touchdowns. I love the one to Juwan where like the ball just got a nice layer throw, mid-range ball, and Juwan just runs across the field and just takes it in. That's just reminded me of that Debo Rams play where Jimmy G didn't throw a good ball. Debo just gets the ball, runs, and destroys like Jalen Ramsey and goes in for the score. So that Juwan play kind of reminded me of that. Our defense looks amazing. Thankfully, we don't have any stupid vanilla defense like we normally do with Nick Sorensen last year. We got Robert Saleh. We got some layers. We got some corner blitzes. I think Upton Stout had a sack. We had some key plays. So I'm happy about that. It's good to see that our defense actually has some life to it. And I'm hoping if Saleh does leave after the end of this year, we have a good replacement lined up that's taking notes, kind of like D'Amico did. And when D'Amico came in, he was a solid replacement for Saleh. And I'm hoping that the 49ers defensive team coaching staff has a plan for that because man, Saleh having Bryce Huff with that key play at the end. Huff was a recommendation on Saleh. D Winters playing with his hair on fire. He's the new Dre Greenlaw. Everyone's gonna love. Bosa was great. I think CJ West had a great play at his stop on Kamara in the middle of the game. Um, Upton Stout, he had some good plays. He still made some mistakes as a rookie, but hey, like he plays his heart out. He's only 5'8" as a cornerback or a safety. And John Lynch loves him because he plays with his heart and his emotion in the game. So that's what matters. Um, but hey, like we had a messy win, but I honestly think that it was a great win in the end. Unfortunately, we had some more injuries. Hopefully they aren't too much. Hopefully there's no surprise injuries because again, the adrenaline's gonna wear off. I just dropped my card I usually like to fidget with. Hopefully there's no more injuries. I know like with Brock, the injury wasn't announced till Monday. Might be other players that might get announced. Kyle will have a press conference on Monday or something. Usually it's like a phone call, excuse me, and they'll make an announcement for injuries. So this will be, I guess, good to see. If there's any more injuries so far, just Ben Barch and Juice. Juwan Jennings was a little bit shaken up, has his shoulder injury, but I think it was his ankle because of the turf, especially the way with that one catch, like the way his ankle was. Hopefully he's fine, and let's just see Monday with as the game adrenaline wears off, we ride this dub that we can play well, especially going into our home opener. We play well on the road. Let's keep this for these next two home games against the Cardinals and against the Jaguars. My goodness, this team has there's like no like stopping this team when it comes to like all the amount of news that it gives, like with all the injuries and everything. I don't know if it's the training staff that's causing this. It feels like every year we just keep getting injured. I know injuries happen during the game, but like George Kittle with the hamstring and then Purdy being out, it's just hard to see. And I've seen that tweet by Chad Ochocinco saying that he should be the the footing like our head of training staff or strength and conditioning. I mean, the man ate McDonald's and played a great career and didn't get injured that much. So maybe there's some advice we can give. Maybe we need to do more static stretching. I know Grant Cohn was having a little bit of a like controversy twist because he was comparing the joint practice with the Broncos for preseason week 1 that the 49ers were doing dynamic stretching only and that the Broncos were doing static stretching. So is it a stretching issue? I don't know. I'm not a strength and conditioning coach, but I do know that both dynamic and static stretching, as I do my leg days at the gym, does make a difference when it comes to getting mobility. And that's for me, a bigger guy, just, So I don't know what the issue is. Fans can debate all the time. Let me know what you guys think. I honestly think it could be a mixture of stretching, but also our strength and conditioning coach is the same staff that we've had under Kyle Shanahan. And every single year we've been top 10 in injuries, except the 2023 where we were 29th and we went in the Super Bowl. And even when we went in 2019, that was, I think we were ninth in injuries, still top 10. But we were able to go deep in the playoffs. So I don't know. Um, it's just kind of odd. We'll see what happens as the season goes. Let's pray, form prayer circles for the football gods that no more players get injured. We can hope Purdy comes back for week 3 or 4. He doesn't miss the full 5 weeks. It's just 2 to 5 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks that he misses. Man, I don't know. My MVP of this game, I'll say, in the end, I'll say offensively, it's CMC. The man carries our offense. Mac Jones played well. He's made some stupid mistakes, but Mr. Mac McCorkle got 3 touchdowns. Had a fumble, had some sacks where he could have avoided if he ran, which I know he ran once. He did a little back juke, which I was surprised to see because Mac is usually just a statue in the pocket. Defensively, I'd say maybe Bryce Huff. He doesn't come in that much. He's a great pass rusher. And the Saints ran the ball a lot. That's why he didn't have that much playing time, but made that big play in the end. So it's that was pretty well to see. Um, I know Niners fans probably aren't going to trust the new kicker after missing the extra point, but hey, he made the extra points for the following touchdowns, and he's made the field goals for the rest of the game. They were all down the middle, so I'll take it. Like, you miss extra point, that's fine. As long as you make the field goals, he's automatic. Made the 44-yarder, made the 46-yarder, and that's what matters. Um, Going into week 3, I would say, like, offensively, if Mac is still going to be the quarterback, great. Use the checkdowns, give the ball to CMC. I know we kind of do overuse him, but he is our gadget guy. So give him the ball. I know that my friend Eduardo, who's watching, would love that because he's using CMC in fantasy. And you probably had a great let me check your fantasy points. Honestly, in our league, I'm kind of curious. You beat me week 1. How many points did McCaffrey get you? Well, I pulled that up. Other thoughts going into week 3, I would say it's that the rookies continue to play. They're going to make mistakes. That's how rookies are. But I'd rather have them play, get the time improved now before, I guess, they can quote unquote get worse. But more play time, especially with Mykal Williams as an example, our first round pick, he's going to do well. And damn, 22 points. Yeah, Eduardo. And my friend got 22 points today. I was clowning him for getting CMC in the first round. I thought CMC was going to be injured, but 2 20-point games, like, can't mess around with that, I guess. Kind of jealous. I ended up taking, what was it? I think Justin Jefferson. He was the only decent available pick in the first round, and I was towards the end of the first round on our fantasy friends league that we have. Going back to some week 3 things that we can do as a team, I would say, keep CMC as a big workload. Don't run the ball with him too much. Keep doing the check down passes. That's fine. Like, gives Mac Jones an opportunity if Jennings or Pearsall isn't open, or Kendrick Bourne. It's like, hey, just check the ball down. You can't run the ball like Brock, so just check the ball down. Or he ran the ball once with that weird little back juke that he did. It's like, just run and just slide as a quarterback. We don't want you to get hit. But I think Mac is doing well. He'll do well next week if Brock doesn't play, which I don't think Brock will come back. But if he does early, that's great. For our running backs, give the ball to Brian Robinson Jr. more. Had some great blocking, got some good yardage during the game. I know CMC always takes majority of the load for running, but excuse me, I wish Brian Robinson got some more plays, even Isaac Guerrero, but because I don't want CMC to get hurt again. That's what I'm worried about in the end of this. Our rookies, again, D Winters looking like a missile across the field. Bryce Huff playing a great game. Upton Stout playing a good game, even with the sack, even with his mistakes. Let's carry those positives into week 3. The rookies are going to make more mistakes. I know a lot of people were upset seeing on Twitter about those bonehead mistakes. Like D Winters hitting Spencer Rattler running out of bounds. I think Rattler was in bounds when D Winters hit him, but the refs are going to call it. It's a quarterback. I get it. You want to hit them, but kind of reminds me of Dre Greenlaw, where he's just running around and does some crazy ass late hits, and sometimes he'll get a flag and sometimes he doesn't. But hey, we need that kind of ferocity and intensity on this defense. That's what Salah brings. Hey, the saying is all gas, no brakes. So I'm happy about that. And D Winters can carry that mentality going into the third game. Even Fred Warner's I consider him now a Hall of Fame linebacker. He's amazing. He's the best, linebacker in the league. Man, I'm burping while having this Coke Zero after watching the game. So our defense playing well. So our special teams will be good going into week 3. Hopefully Grando doesn't make any weird mistakes. Hopefully Sky Moore can get the ball on those kickoff returns and just take a knee. Grando should not run the ball. The ball's in the end zone. These new rules, ball needs to be in the landing zone. If it goes in the end zone, just do a touchback, take a knee, start at the 35. It's not like how it was where it was a 20-yard line before because of all these new rules. They want kickoffs to land in the landing zone, which is, I think, from the 20-yard line to the end zone, like touchdown line, and that's the landing zone, and that's where they want the ball to go. So I think, honestly, the team is poised to continue with another win, possibly at home. Hopefully there's no more injuries. I'm very excited. And I don't have that many people watching, but hey, like, I'm just excited to get my thoughts out there on this team. Glad that our special teams came in clutch. You know, Eddie Pinero, more like Eddie De Niro. Love that jokes. Just seeing that all over Twitter has been really fun. Honestly, let me pull up Twitter. Let's have a look at Niners Twitter right now. Because Niners Twitter is probably going crazy. Yeah. Here, let's pull this up real quick. Let's take a look at Twitter together. All right. So, yeah, 2-0 Road Warriors, Pro Bowl quarterback as my backup. I love these memes. Fred Warner with the Dub City.
Go City! Go City!
Hey, you put that on a shirt. That's pretty sick.
Go City!
I know Kyle's going to be talking in a little bit. Yeah. Bryce Huff definitely won us the game at the end. Grant Cohn, I feel like, is just going to say some stupid shit to get some clicks going. Mac Jones didn't play as well as Brock Purdy would have. Brock Purdy makes some bonehead moves, but wow, that's that's something wild to see on Twitter. What is this? 7th time starting with 2 consecutive road wins, reached Super Bowl in 4 previous. Oh yeah, don't get me started. No. Nope. I don't want to think about that. It's gonna get me like hella hyped, but it's just one game at a time. Yes, Mac Jones, Connor Colby was playing well. Michael Williams. Hey, that's our boy. Where is this from? Is this from his Alabama days, smoking a cigar? That's pretty funny. All right. They're coming out, dancing. Amazing play by Bryce Huff at the end of the game. That's pretty awesome. Obviously, 49ers Twitter is going to... Mac Jones. 3rd touchdown. He's not Brady. But yeah. I might use Twitter again on the stream, but there's some wild stuff on there. I don't want to put that on the stream all the time. But consensus is like, wow, like we're 2-0, 2 road games. We can continue a strong start to the season if we win at home. Let's just focus each week. You know, I want to. We have an easy schedule ahead, but it's like let's just go week by week. We're a good team. Let's build up some film so that we can work out our kinks and just continue to have our successes. And Kyle, please have better game management. Have some better, like, he can't make adjustments on the fly. I wish he can do that better. That's one thing I don't like about Kyle is he sticks to his game plan, and outside of that, doesn't make that many changes. And I feel like Saleh, as a defensive guy, can make changes, seeing what the Saints offense was trying to do. And they were passing the ball a lot at the end. That's why he got Bryce Huff at the end, which was pretty awesome. So I'm excited for the next game. I'm gonna be there. I'll make some video content for you guys. But how do you feel about the 49ers versus Saints game? 26-21. Very close victory. It was a ball game. I'm happy that we won. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm gonna end the stream here, and yeah, let me know what you guys think, and go Niners.